Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying safe, not getting coronavirus, and because I bet it's pretty hard with all these Karens walking around without a mask. That's the topic for today's video. The Karens. It's so hard not to talk about them. I have no signs of stopping. They're pretty much like a runaway train. No brakes, no way of stopping, and they don't give a fuck. They just don't give a fuck. As coronavirus, reaches a new high, really, and it's coming back all around the U.S. We're even banned from traveling to Europe at this point. So like I was saying, they're all over the place. You'll find them in every corner of the world. Or I guess I should say just the U.S. They've reached an all new high. As well as the coronavirus cases, they've reached a new high. And they just don't give a fuck. So selfish and inconsiderate. It boggles my mind how out of touch some of these Karens can be. Like, they're just gonna keep going. They're just gonna keep fucking wearing no masks and spreading the virus, acting like it's not real, essentially. Like it's not a real crisis, when it is. People are dying left, right, and center. And they got their fucking thumbs up their nose acting like nothing's going wrong. So recently there is a news report about these, I guess they're called anti-maskers. And the news report took place in Florida. No surprise there. But basically there's just a bunch of Karens and Kevins. There is a Kevin, that's a pivotal point of the report. In this report they're talking about like they're superheroes of some sort, when they're the exact opposite. They're villains, I would say. They just have no consideration, and you're gonna see that right now, actually.
What law is being broken? I would love to know what law is being broken and what they're gonna do.
So it starts off, we're in some type of restaurant, and the police are there. And what I gather from this report is that the police are there because this restaurant isn't they're not requiring face masks. So the police is probably there just to notify, this isn't smart at all, and you should require people to wear face masks. I also love this guy. He's like, what law is being broken? What law? No one said you're breaking a law. No one's getting arrested. Does it look like these cops are here to arrest you? No, they're here to advise this person who owns this restaurant that it isn't that smart. They're doing their job, they're serving, they're protecting, but these idiots just don't want to take their advice.
Police are here.
Remember this image right here, because you will soon find out that this is the owner and someone that works here. And if you're seeing what I seen, she's wearing a fucking mask. So is her employee. They're wearing masks. So I don't understand why these people are in here causing a ruckus. Just being absolute hooligans. When this lady she's clearly wearing a mask. And the police are talking to she's the owner. And she's wearing a mask. And all these people are in here yelling about it.
What we want to see right now are these police officers to stand down. We want them to stand down right now. Stand down, stand down, stand down, stand down, stand down. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Don't shut her down. Don't shut her down. Don't shut her down. Don't shut her down. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. What happened? What did they do? What kind of fine did they give you?
3 lately.
Are you taking this woman's alcohol license from her today?
Why would they be taking her alcohol license? That has nothing to do with what's going on here. None of you dumb fucks are wearing masks. That's why they're here, obviously. Also, I know this is off track, but these police are literally in a sedan. Like, they're not even in a police car for some reason. I don't know. I just feel like that's odd, and I wanted to point it out.
It's wrong. It's wrong what you're doing.
It's wrong.
America. This is America. This is America.
This is the United
We are
States.
not a communist
This
nation.
is not communist China.
You do not. Man.
Unbelievable.
Wow. And you know what? I want to second that.
Right. Up here,
Listen to this.
a crappy neighbor, and what about my right if somebody's sick?
Stay in your
You
house.
have a right to stay in your house. You have every right to wear a mask if you want.
Shut
Don't
that
shove it on
window.
me.
Shut
You
that
have
window,
every
honey.
right.
Shut
You
that
have every
window,
right to
honey.
stay in that house.
They're just pointing out the obvious. That's not what she's arguing about. That should just show their IQ level right there. She's just trying to look out for her safety. And these guys are just absolutely harassing her. For no reason, really. They're just yelling at her the obvious. And like they're Albert Einstein or some shit.
You have the right to stay in your house.
Stay in your house, Karen.
Shut the
Stay in
window,
your house.
honey.
See, this
I don't know why this is funny, but the guy calls her Karen, which just to me screams boomer energy. I know that's an old meme, but I don't think I've seen anyone over the age of 20 call someone else a Karen.
You won't get sick.
This is the kind of thing we're up against. We're up
This
against.
is a person in her own home. She's allowed to stay in her home. Nobody is coming into her home telling her, "Be quiet, honey. You're in your home. Shut the window, dear."
But you literally just did. You're not going into her room and telling her to be quiet, but you're yelling at her to shut her window. She has a right to keep the window open since we're talking about rights so much. She's contradicting herself here a little bit by saying she has a right to be in her house and she has a right to say what she wants and no one is going up there and telling her to be quiet. But then here she is like a millisecond later yelling at her to shut her window. Like she has a right to keep it open. You have a right to shut the fuck up too.
This is a single woman who is running this grilled cheese business. This is her dream, and all she is doing is standing up for the rights of people to make their own medical decisions. Okay? And you know what? You want to call me selfish for not wearing a mask? I want to say to you,
Yes,
all the
Rachel,
people calling me
somebody
selfish,
snitched her out.
you're the one who's trying to force me a medical procedure so you can feel more safe.
Damn right I think you're selfish. You're not. By not wearing a mask, you're not considering anybody else who is prone to the infection and could possibly die to it. You're a selfish fuck, and there's no way around it. Now, his counter-argument is not really a counter-argument. You see what he does there? He doesn't try to disprove the fact that he's selfish. He just deflects. He tries to deflect it on yourself. Oh, well, you're wearing a mask to care about your own health. I mean, it really confuses me because I wear a mask not for my own health. Like, I'm young. If I get the coronavirus, I have a very high chance of surviving. It's the people that don't have a chance of surviving. My grandparents, my friends with underlying health diseases. If I get coronavirus, there's a very high chance that they will get it as well. And I don't want them to die, obviously. Most people are wearing masks for the consideration of others. I'm just going to take a guess, and it is a wild guess. It's a little bit of a shot in the dark. But I bet these two people have some type of old person that is meaningful in their life. Maybe a grandparent, maybe just a friend. Maybe their parent is really old at this point in their life. And by not wearing a mask, says you don't give a fuck about them, essentially. You're being very selfish. And yes, I'm calling you out for it, you selfish prick.
The risks are very, very low. This is a virus that has a 99.6% recovery rate.
Well, then that just proves how selfish you are. That you're not even thinking about that 0.4%. Like, it may not seem like a lot. 0.4%. You know, I'll agree when I say it out loud. It doesn't sound like a lot. But compared to America or the world, 7 billion, 0.4% is like 400,000 people. I don't know, I didn't do the math, but around there. That's 400,000 people that could die if everyone ended up getting coronavirus. Like, how fucking hard is it to wear a mask? Why do you need to complain so much? It's not that hard to put a little piece of cloth around your mouth. It's not like the government's asking you to wear a full-on ventilation fucking machine. They're not asking you to walk around with a backpack that has a canister of oxygen and a mask so you can breathe in your own oxygen. They're not asking that. They're not asking you to wear full-on hazmat suits with masks, with like fucking helmets and shit. They're asking you to wear a fucking face mask, a little piece of cloth. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
This is a virus that is very well contained.
There we go. Another point to prove their IQ level. The virus is very well contained. That's what she just said. And that just shows how out of touch they are. They're in Florida. And Florida's got one of the highest numbers of coronavirus. And it has been recently. And it's because people like this who are walking around not giving a fuck about anybody else, only thinking that whatever, I'll survive. But all the other people that are dying. There's been 135,000 deaths in the U.S. alone, and they couldn't give a single fuck. All they care about is themselves.
This is a virus that the CDC is removing epidemic status from. How I view it is everyone's healthcare decisions are their own, and everyone is responsible for their own healthcare decisions. As Chris said, if you are afraid, if you are at higher risk, feel free to stay home, feel free to wear a mask, feel free to social distance. That is your choice and we respect it. We want our choices respected as well.
Well, I'm not gonna respect it, so suck a fat one.
I say a prayer for Carrie right now. Father God, I pray for Carrie right now. She has been under attack nonstop since she decided to respect people's rights in her grilled cheese shop.
See, like I said earlier, that's the owner. And as you can see in this last part, she's wearing a mask. She's wearing a fucking mask. So I feel like all this fuss was for what exactly? I mean, if the owner's wearing a mask, you should wear a mask too. I feel like they're doing it just to be disobedient. You know how it's kind of cool to go against the social norm or whatever? It's kind of like in some restaurants, they have the no shirt, no shoes, no service policy. So that means by their standards, they should just walk into everywhere half naked. Because it's not a law. It's not a right. If I want to walk in there half naked, I can. So the next video here we've got is a Karen in Florida, of course. How could she? I wouldn't expect her to be from anywhere else, honestly. And she's complaining about the masks, just like the other ones. Let's hear what she has to say.
I saw a newspaper cover story today that Florida has, I can't remember the word, it was some sensationalist word, but Florida has now peaked at the amount of the coronavirus, phantom virus,
Phantom virus? She's kind of implying that it's not real. Even though she's talking about how it peaked in Florida, where she lives.
Anyways, cases have peaked at either 10,000 or 60,000, whatever. It's all the same to me. But guess what? It peaked after they mandated wearing face masks.
She's basically saying that because everyone's wearing the masks, that's why everyone's getting the coronavirus. Because Florida started to mandate everyone wearing masks, that's when it started to rise up again. But no, it's when everything started to slowly open up again is when it started to rise again. Obviously, this is just another one that's out of touch. I don't even live in Florida, and I feel like I know more than these people, and it's just funny because they think they know it all when they're far from it. Really, really far from it.
In the middle of summer.
How dare they? How dare they make us care about others and try to wear a mask to stop the spread of coronavirus? How dare they? Don't they know it's summer? Summer's the no mask weather. Come on, government.
Where your germs, everyone else's germs, are getting on this mask, and it's hot, and they're brewing, it's like a petri dish, and then you're inhaling that all, not to mention your carbon dioxide that you're inhaling back into your body, which is bringing your blood oxygen level down, which in turn hurts your immune system.
Sorry, I didn't know she was a scientist. Wow, she's pulling out all the facts. Better watch out, NASA or CDC. There's a new scientist in town, and she knows absolutely nothing.
So, after everyone is mandated to wear these stupid things, everyone's getting sick. Shocker. Shocker. Anyways, I personally think it's hilarious.
Me too. I think what you're saying is pretty funny. I think your know-it-all attitude is pretty funny to me. I mean, I'm laughing my ass off. And as I can tell from this video, you think it's pretty funny too. You're laughing your ass off like crazy. I can barely understand what you're saying with all that laughing. We're gonna watch another one of her videos because she's just a wealth of information. And honestly, I want to learn more.
Alright, this is just gonna be a little bit of a rant.
What? What was that?
Alright, this is just gonna be a little bit of a rant.
What? I can't hear you.
Alright, this is just gonna be a little bit of a rant.
Jesus Christ, where is she? The Arctic Circle? Holy moly.
They're mandating masks in Florida in July when it's 97 degrees outside and the real feel is 108. And you're telling us we gotta wear a mask? For what?
For what, she says. For what? The government's just making us wear masks for zero reason at all. They just want us to suffer. That's why they're making us wear masks, if you didn't know. No, of course I'm joking, you fucking idiot. The coronavirus is everywhere. It's fucking spiking again, even in your own state. And this is why. You're peak example of why.
A couple weeks ago, someone really close to me, I was exposed to, gave him a hug, talked to him, blah, blah, blah. The next day, they came down with it, got really sick. His wife and kids went and got tested. They didn't have it. His parents, who they had just seen the day before, got tested, didn't have it. I went and got tested, didn't have it. So, if it's so freaking contagious, how did 7 people not get it? Not one person out of 7 contracted it from this guy who got really sick.
Well, this is just a suggestion, but maybe it wasn't the coronavirus. It's just a guess. But I mean, if all 7 people, if you can believe it, tested negative, then I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it wasn't the coronavirus. Just saying.
Doctor error! We're not telling people, we're not shutting doctors down.
What kind of idiotic statement is that? They're not shutting down the doctors. Obviously not. Who the fuck is gonna treat the people for this virus?
Guys, man, like, how long are we gonna let this crap go on? It's up to us, we the people.
That's right, we the people. We control the coronavirus. So if everyone just comes together as a one and says, stop coronavirus, it'll stop. According to this Karen right here, if everyone just thinks that coronavirus should stop, then it'll stop. It's up to we the people. I cut this video short because it's just a bunch of idiotic rambling about some bullshit stats or whatever. If you, for some reason, care enough, you can find it somewhere. In conclusion, Karens are stupid and they're gonna keep spreading the coronavirus. They're bitching about it constantly, but they don't understand if they just fucking distance, wear masks, it'll probably go down. But you know, I'm not a scientist. I'm not some intelligent being that knows all the answers to the universe. I'm just a YouTuber who thinks these people are stupid. That's it. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And, bye.